Why do things happen the way they do? How do we bring our minds to a path of virtue and discipline? How can an act of intolerance that took place far away change itself to become an act of courage, peace, and devotion in another place across the seas? How can we all be devoid of pain and suffering and be at peace? These are some of the questions that are explored in the book. Kallil Uthitha Karunamoorthy, Galin Pibudana Karunamoorthy, or The Compassionate Buddha of the Rock, a book by Deshabandhu D. Eassuwaren. Rambadagalla, a small village near Karunamoorthy, is home for the Monaragala Vihara, a village temple run efficiently by the chief prelate, Venerable Amaramauli Thero. On a sunny day in May 2001, he was sitting in his usual spot under a shady tree near the temple. He was waiting for the children leaving Sunday religious classes. He was shocked to see some children walking towards him armed with small stones. They had seen the famed Bamiyan statues of Afghanistan destroyed on TV and wanted to avenge the destruction by stoning mosques in the area. The Thero was shocked by these words. This was not how the youth of his village normally behaved. He calmed them down and explained the futility of revenge. The Buddha, he explained, would never have stooped to acts of violence. There are many good people in the world. An entire community cannot be blamed for the actions of a few somewhere else. He pointed to the large rock behind the temple. Let us build a timeless and monumental sky-reaching Buddha statue in our village. The whole world will look at this with awe and wonder and ask, was it the children of Rambadagalla who erected this statue? This was the humble beginnings of the Rambadagalla Samadhi Buddha statue project. Venerable Amaramauli Thero, with the strength of meditation, devotion and determination, searched for ways to start this courageous project. He estimated that the statue would be over 50 feet in height, a task like which had not been undertaken for over 850 years in Sri Lanka. Armed with a simple printed picture of the image he had in mind, he knocked on many doors to seek assistance. Looking at the plain rock and the mammoth task ahead, many people questioned the viability of the project. The support he could get was meager in comparison to his needs. But he did not give up, and help came from many unexpected places. After searching for over a year, he stumbled upon the serene and beautiful temple of Rambada Hanuman, a temple constructed by the Chinmaya Mission of Sri Lanka, which at the time was headed by Mr. D. Eassuwaren. They met on the 22nd of February 2002 at the Hanuman temple in Rambada and struck a rare and deep friendship, an unlikely friendship between a Hindu businessman and a Buddhist monk, a friendship that paved the way for this monumental achievement. Working together, they set off on a journey to make this amazing dream come true. Mr. Eassuwaren gave the moral, spiritual and material strength for Venerable Amaramauli Thero to undertake the project. His first task was to introduce him to Padmasri Muttaya Sthapati, a sculptor of over 200 temples around the world. Muttaya Sthapati visited Sri Lanka and saw the rock. He saw the Buddha in Samadhi in the rock. Muttaya Sthapati, after many visits to test the rock, designed a 67.5-foot Buddha statue in a seated pose. His design was a work of art. The pose, known as the Samadhi Buddha, is an image of how the Lord Buddha was meditating in his first enlightenment. With true Samadhi, our focus is so strong that the self vanishes. Muttaya Stapati waived off his own fee for the project and declared that this will be the seminal work of his life. With the help of several sculptors from Tamil Nadu, India, the Buddha started revealing himself from the rock. The years went on. There were times when it seemed that the project was on the verge of running out of support. It was only the dedication shown by the monk that kept it going against all odds. The country was in the midst of a civil war, and for many, the priorities lay elsewhere. Mr. Eassuwaren recounts this period as a difficult one. There are several examples of how the power of thought can produce unimaginable energy and action in this world, and cites the Venerable Amaramauli Thero as a living example of this. When a noble project needs supporters, they appear. Key among them was the chairman of the DSI group, Mr. Nandadasa Rajapaksa. With his unflappable assistance to the Thero, the people of Sri Lanka finally learned of the emergence of the Samadhi Buddha. Over 15 years passed as the Buddha revealed himself. The sadhu always knew that divine help would eventually complete the project. As His Excellency Maitripala Sirisena, the President, unveiled the statue, there were many who shed tears as they understood that this was the culmination of a dream that took a decade and a half to become a reality. It is also not a project undertaken by kings. It was conceived by a monk with few resources and supported by common people of all walks of life, irrespective of their religion or community. In the final year of his life, Deshabandhu D. Eassuwaren wrote The Compassionate Buddha of the Rock. The book was composed as a repository of the true events that occurred over the years. The story of the statue and how it emerged was not written in praise of one or a few people. It was meant to inspire the young people of Sri Lanka to work together, to build bridges across communities and promote spirituality. If a monk with no resources can achieve such a task, what can you not achieve? What world-changing ideas have you dreamt of but not acted on because of fear and doubt? The compassionate Buddha of the Rock has taught us many lessons. Shed your doubts and take on the challenges. The world needs you. Anyone can achieve great things if they set their minds to it. We just need to focus as precisely as the Samadhi Buddha did in his quest for enlightenment.